a prominent telecommunication company in Nigeria, spends about 600 million monthly on diesel. Funds allocated to run generators can be used to improve employees' wages, salaries, and benefits. The presidency alone will spend about 35 million naira a month to fuel its generators and 14.3 million a month just for maintenance. Every day, Nigeria wakes up to the stench of poverty in the atmosphere. We are tired of wallowing in abject poverty. Our country is blessed and enriched. My brothers and sisters, stand up and fight for your rights. Stand up and fight for what is rightfully yours. Unfold your arms. Wipe those tears from your eyes. Fight for your country. Fight for your rights. Enough is enough. My fellow Nigerians, lift your head high. No more tears. No more sorrows. No more fears. Yes, we have been bruised. We have been battered. And we have been bamboozled. Enough is enough, Nigeria. Nigerians continue to suffer every single day. My fellow Nigerians, let's face the facts. We need to hold these bloodsuckers accountable. We have to fight back. If we don't fight back, who is going to fight for us? It's time to take your country back. It's time to drive the loose dogs out of town. With your tails between your legs. Drive them out of your community. Drive them out of your villages. Drive them out of your township. Drive them out of your local government. These politicians are a shameless bunch. They are bona fide rats. Don't let them rob you of your inheritance anymore. Enough is enough, Nigeria. It's time to take your country back. Fear not, brothers and sisters, for the day of reckoning has arrived. Our intransigent and psychopath leaders are ready for a fight. Don't be despaired. Don't be discouraged. They will shed innocent blood. Our leaders are ready with their loaded guns and swords. But my people, what we have on our side is the Almighty God and Allah. Courage, they say, always comes from within. Courage comes from those who seek it. Courage comes from their hearts as a source of emotion. Courage is to act in accordance with one's beliefs in spite of criticism, persecution, or possibility of failure. My fellow Nigerians, be strong and steadfast. Do not be afraid or dismayed. Our time of glory is at hand. Our blood-sucking leaders are a diminutive figure in the eyes of God and Allah. Our God and Allah is always on the side of right, not wrong. Our so-called blood-sucking leaders are a diminutive figure in the eyes of God and Allah. They will fall so hard on the gold-plated swords they have used to destroy our people for so many years. Little David conquered the great Goliath. My brothers and sisters, don't have no illusion. This is going to be a tough fight. Today, I say to you, my brothers and sisters, we make history. History will remember us as the ones who fought and stood up to fight for freedom. Today, faith changes the way we will be remembered. Our God and Allah is on our side. The path to freedom and prosperity won't be easy, but our God and Allah has chosen this moment. We live or die for freedom and prosperity. Freedom and prosperity comes at a price. At times, the demise of oneself. We have stared death in the face for over 51 years. This is not the time to blink, for death comes with a blink of an eye. Death is always the same. Ask one another, are you better off than you were 20 years ago? Are you better off than you were 10 years ago? Are you better off than you were 5 years ago? It's time for a change, Nigeria. It's time to fight back. It's time to take your country back. Enough is enough. I ask you, my fellow Nigerians, are you ready to fight for your country? Are you ready to fight for your motherland? Today is the day we die to live. Today is the day we live to die. Today is the day the great Goliath falls down and wallows in his feces. Goliath knows defeat is inevitable. Don't be fooled. They will come out with the silver, gold, and coins to entice you not to fight. Then the cowards they are, they will run back to their palatial dungeons for comfort and protection. Enough is enough, Nigeria. We are no fools. We know right from wrong. Stand up and fight and take your country back. Our future is in our hands. Our children are our future. We will never rest until our children and their children are guaranteed prosperity and freedom. We will never rest until our children and their children benefit from our God-given resources. We will never rest until our leaders bow to our needs and demands. My fellow Nigerians, we shall never backtrack. We shall never digress from our goals and objectives. Rise up, my brothers and sisters. The time is at hand. Our moment of glory has finally arrived. Our moment of grace and fortitude is at hand. Enough is enough, Nigeria. Fight for your country. Today, we stand up to the blood-sucking beast that has devoured our innocence for so many years. The day of reckoning has finally arrived. Judgment Day has come. Today, we take the battle to the heart of the beast. Today, the sycophants will fall on their righteous sainthood sword from our God and Allah. My brothers and sisters in the Niger Delta, we feel your pain and yearn for the day the colonial bloodsuckers will be driven out of your land. My fellow Nigerians, we have seen the plight and sufferings of the Ogoni people. How can we as Nigerians sit down and watch our people die? How can our political leaders watch our people die? How can our religious leaders watch our people die? It's a shame, Nigeria. It's a shame that we're all looking and not doing nothing about this. Are we so selfish? Or are we so disconnected that we don't see what's going on in the Niger Delta? Nigerians, stand up and fight for your country. These foreign occupiers have destroyed your natural, vegetative, all-rich environment. They have plundered the wealth and natural resources of your beloved Delta. Your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your fathers, your aunties, your uncles, your cousins, and your children will continue to live and die in the polluted environment if nothing is done. These oil corporations have no shame. They have destroyed the Niger Delta. These imperialist occupiers needs to be chased out of town. Enough is enough, Nigeria. Fight for your right. Fight for your country. Fight for your sovereign. Our beloved but departed brother, Ken Saro-Wiwa, will not have died in vain. Justice will be served in the Niger Delta. Rise up, my brothers and sisters. Take your community back. Take your villages back. Take your state back. And take your sovereign and your natural resources back. The colonial imperialists will be burned like dogs carved on their blood, making all wells and pipes.